Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here and agreeing to spend a few minutes out of your day with me. Today is Wednesday, hump day. Well, I know none of us Saints fans who are realistic and can see what's true and what's not expected the Saints to beat Buffalo this past Sunday. But I will tell you that I was pleased with the fight that they showed for about, let's see, if a game is 60 minutes, for about 53 minutes, they played very well. And then everything went to hell. Buffalo is probably going to end up in the Super Bowl this year, especially with the way that Kansas City has been falling down the tubes. Oh, yes, they won on Sunday. But, looking like they looked last year, at the way they have looked for the first four games this year, they're sluggish. They look bad. They looked bad all last year and still ended up in the Super Bowl. That's not going to happen this time. Anyway, we ain't here to talk about Buffalo. We're not here to talk about Kansas City or anybody else. We're here to talk about the Saints. Taysom Hill is on schedule to return. I hope they don't rush him any more than necessary. So is Foster Moreau. Chase Young ain't getting back on the field no more, and it wouldn't matter if he was, because it's just like he ain't out there when he is out there. A man that looks like a freaking god wearing that 99 on his uniform, playing like Pee Wee Herman. Keep him on the sidelines. I haven't perused the injury report to see who's going to be out. I think Cesar Ruiz is probably going to be out. Well, you know, Cesar has been looking bad in spots. I don't know. And then we have all of this on top of CNN making fun of us. I think probably the whole league is making fun of us. Shh. Anyway, we're going to talk about Saints versus Giants. That's supposed to happen on Sunday. Well, I know that I had said that I thought that the first game of the season that the Saints would win would be against the Giants. I've also been watching the Giants play. And they look better than us. Seems like everybody is looking better than us. There are three winless teams in the NFL now. The Jets, who we're going to play later this year. The Titans, who we're also going to play later this year. And us. So, I decided to start looking at some numbers. When I go looking and digging for stats, I always go to ProFootballReference.com. So, here are some of the stats that I looked up. Yards per game total. Giants beat the Saints out in that category. Saints 302, Giants 339. Rushing yards per game. Saints beat the Giants out in that category at 102.3, ranking 19th, while the Giants can only manage 96. Now, there's a whole lot of difference between 96 and 102, 6 yards. So call that one a wash. Passing yards per game. And this is where I think the Saints are going to be in trouble. Pass yards, the Saints are 18th, averaging 199.7, while the Giants are 9th, averaging 243.3. Now you'll say, oh, what, that ain't even. That ain't even a good 50 yards. You tell me how much 50 yards matters in a game situation. The next one I looked at. How many points per game is your defense giving up? Well, we're giving up an average of 30 points a game. And yes, I know that the 31 points scored by Buffalo fits that, but what gives that number that punch is that 44 points that Seattle put on us Sunday before last. Total defense. Saints beating that category. They're ranked 15th. The Giants, 31st. Rush defense. Saints ranked 14th. Giants ranked 31st. Pass defense. We got them beat. Penalties per game. Both of us sit equal with about 9 penalties per game. Here's an interesting statistic. First downs given up by the defense by penalty. The Saints are giving up 3 first downs by penalty, while the Giants are giving up 4. So you look at it, you say, oh, these teams are just about even. Yeah, the numbers say so, but like I always keep telling y'all, look deeper into the numbers. And I'm not fixing to get in depth about any numbers right now. What I'm going to tell you to do is go back and watch the players, watch the plays that are called and how they're executed. The Giants do a better job than we do. Than we have up to this point so far. The Saints are looking better this year than they did this time last year. But this time last year, we'd won 2 games. And a lot of you are going to say it's because of Spencer Rattler, who I hear has 2 more tries to win a game before they kick him for Tyler Shelf. And I just wonder. It kind of pisses me off and makes me mad. If you were going to do that, why didn't you put one of them in one game, one of them in the next game? One this game, one the next game. See how they perform. But the problem is not the quarterback. The problem is the talent level on this team. The problem is the lack of discipline on this team. And that shows in the amount of penalties that they get. Yes, the Giants are in the same boat that way too. How do I think that game's going to turn out? At the beginning of the season, when I made my season predictions, I said that that would be the first game that the Saints won. I'm not so sure about that now. I'm not so sure about that at all. The Saints seem to have no killer instinct. We can't put a game away. We can't make a play when we absolutely, positively have to make one. That's something that is in a person. You know, they're, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it. I don't care what you say or what you do. I'm going to do it. And while we're dragging Spencer Rattler, and you know, when he gets benched, you're going to drag Tyler Sheff the same way. Oh, maybe you will. I don't know. And you're going to see it ain't the quarterbacks. It's not. You're going to see what it is. I hope. But, you know, you'll blame Spencer Rattler. You'll say he's terrible. And then, you know, when Tyler Sheff comes out there, you'll make all kinds of excuses for him. Just like many of you did Derek Carr. I still stick with my prediction that the Saints would lose to the Giants. Nope, that is not what I said. I am so sorry, y'all. I still stick with my prediction that the Saints would beat the Giants. I stick with it because I have to. I said it and I can't back up off of it, but I'm going to tell you that I don't bit more believe the Saints are going to beat the Giants than the man in the moon and the moon being made of green cheese. You'll say I don't believe in my team. They haven't showed me anything to believe in. That don't mean I don't love them. That don't mean I ain't gonna follow them. That don't mean I ain't gonna cuss, scream, cry, and sometimes get drunk when they lose. Because, like I've always said, I'm one of those people who's of the mind that no matter what happens, no matter how the game turns out, don't get too mad and don't get too glad. Thank y'all so much for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, especially like, because likes get me noticed on the algorithm and bring more people to me. Please, please hit the like button when you come visit me. And who dat?